Loading the project. Oh. Craving milk today. Since I live alone, no wifey to slap me silly, I drink from the carton. What do you need a glass for? Obviously, if you've got guests, you can't do it. Ah. All right, so yes. CJ, that's yours. Van York, thank you for following. If any of you watching haven't followed yet, smash that button. No, you're getting it wrong. Screw it, I'm getting. When he says I do what I want, he's like, whatever, I do what I want. Big difference. You're mixing the two together. You're not a South Park fan. You can't be. All right, follow. Really got the kick and bass sitting so nicely in this one. How do you like it, CJ? It's heavy now. Boom! Wait a minute, CJ, it's not yours. I'm an idiot. It's not yours, but yours is coming after. I mixed the two together, sorry. This is Breaking Free from Swasonic. I fail. Let's see if I can find the boo sample. Where's the boo? Boo! that eagle scream. Max Brayman. You need to help this guy. The lead has got so much low cut. I've asked him to send it without anything. And he still sends it so that it's too loud. It's actually clipping. I'm wondering whether or not it's got like sound goodizer or he's just turned it up too loud. Fuck's sake. Sonic, S-O-A-R. Yeah, I've tried to get him to understand that clipping shit is not a good idea. He seems oblivious. But yeah, good track. The mixing is nearly done. I think he's layered 3. Asmo Acid, thanks for following. But yeah, it's clipping, soft clipping. Why would you like on a soul lead in a break where it's filtering down? It's gonna sound clicky. But yeah, like it. The track is good, but gotta love them clicks. Indeed, bruh. Let me just go and check the other WAV because he also sent the pads. If they are clipping, I'm gonna flip out. Sometimes you gotta teach people hard. Smack them. That's the wrong one. So yeah, that's the piano. That was the wrong one. Make a new folder in this thing here. And we place those 2 new ones and we check if they're really as shitty as I think they are. I know for a fact that the lead is clipping. So let's just check. He might actually just have gotten away with it without it being too much because he hasn't got that much high mid frequencies on there. So it could work. And he's fuck's sake. He's misunderstood what I wanted to do with the pads as well. So now I have to clone it and just use the low end from it. Why you do this? This is why I don't finish one track in a night. Fuck's sake. Let's go back and see what you guys are saying on a. It's just not fast enough. I think that like the attack time, the attack and release, like it doesn't go to more than like minus, or what do you call it? Doesn't go to like attack time 0.1 or something like the FAP filter, which is instantaneous. I think it's very old school in that sense. That it's softer in the way it bounces. I always had problems with the M class for that reason. Pun intended reason, haha. Oh, so you misunderstood, but I think the pad stem is okay in the sense that I can just remove everything else and just use it for the break. It's only in the break where I needed like the low mid frequencies of the pads. So I'm just gonna try and work on that now. I told him to actually turn everything off, and he has. So it's just acting like it like the way it should do if it's completely raw, I think. But it's just too loud. Once he's turned all that off, it's just above zero. So Sonic is the lead riff is still too loud, but I'm gonna see if I can make it work in the breakdown. So I need to clone both basically. Let's start with the lead riff. So let's just place first off the lead riff. Let's see. Got that really nice old school low end because it's flabby and all that stuff. So we just rename it to lead loud as fuck or loud AF. Let's see how that's clear difference. Very clear difference. Wait a minute. It's not clipping here. Could I have... Sorry, my bad. I think I actually opened up the old stem. That's the second fail I've done today. Sorry about that. It's not loud now. It's me. Sorry. Okay, so the other one, you did make the mistake, and I thought that I had opened a new one and it still had the same clipping. So that's my mistake. When you send a second update, it's good enough. Thank you. So that works. That's me that needs to learn to open, sort by date. Apparently I hadn't done that properly. Where's that boo sound when we need it? Do I still have it open here? Did I have it here? No, I haven't got it. I'm boo of myself. Boo. Is there a boo VST? I want to have it. Boo, boo, boo. So yeah, so I don't have to redo the whole bloody EQ. We're just gonna do the low end. No, actually, let's see first. Yeah, completely different warmth. Let's try and see. Let's try and actually use mine for a second. We mute this one for now. Say mute all clips. Pennyman, that's too funny. Yes, de-essers work on leads. If they are really clicky, it's a good idea. In this one, it doesn't really do the right thing, I think. See, the reason why I wanted to clone is I want this. And he's cutting the lead almost like that. He's cutting it like this. And then as the break progresses, I'll slightly move this. Let's try his lead again. What if I just take the low end from mine? I like his highs better. He's EQ'd it in a special way and I can't replicate it. All right. That could work. But because it is the same sound, just different EQ, it's gonna phase, so we need to unphase it. How do we do that? Flanger. Of course, flangers. No, it's not mine. It is Source Sonic. And then the imager. Let's try and mix those two together. Fletch, thanks for tuning in. That actually does work. No worries, man. You're here to watch some good music. That's all that matters. Fishing for frequencies. I think that's all right. Let's check. Patcher? No. It works. I think I have to check the treble tomorrow because my ears ran out from the other track and then this. Sounds sick. Kick and bass is tight now. I removed a little bit of the click as well. If you ever get the kick that's a little bit too clicky and you don't want to have it into a WAV editor, then you can actually do this neat little trick. And even when you do the kick roll, nobody will notice. Like, there's no difference. But what it does, it just shaves off the little that little click, and it was just too powerful on this one. Little bit of removal of the 200 hertz cardboard box. Click fixed. Always remember this, Mr. Swalsonic. Whenever you do side chains and stuff, or the release on a bass line, never have it on 0. Just put it up 0.1 or 2 or something. Because if you don't, it starts clicking. Here, no click. Lots of click. This is like, it's because of the side chain. So yeah, you forgot to round off the edges, I should say. I always add delay usually to assets, but he actually remembered to use a proper delay on there. So there was no reason for me to do so. Adds a little bit of nastiness. Nasty. Love the plug. Somebody just messaged me. Ah. Mom just said good night. So sweet, by the way. I gave her the link for the Twitch so she could actually go and watch the camera quality and all that stuff. And she said, I get black screen, so I'm just going to bed. She opened it up on her iPad. Is there any flash or anything you need to install to actually watch that stuff? I'm 36. Sometimes she still writes. Good night. I'm not gonna do as much on this one as I usually would. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, like that. And then place the Echo Boy after. This way you could actually do this and still have effect. Yeah, it's fine. Need that low end, yeah. Oh, Fletch, that's so sweet. Does she bake you cakes and stuff and come over sometimes and like, here's a cake, baby. She still does like sausage rolls and stuff for me, and when she bakes buns and stuff, she bakes a couple for me extra as well, obviously. I live about 10 minutes on legs, just walking there from her anyways. So yeah, quite cool. Forresten, Dennis, der er vaskemaskinen nedenunder. Hun bliver glad, hvis der jeg får den. Jeg har været nede og kigge, og du så videoen. Quite good possibilities der, men jeg tror, du skal med hen og se den, og så skal vi prøve at stå i lejligheden, og så prøve at brainstorme, hvor fuck tingene de skal være. Jeg er ikke sikker på, at jeg tager den endnu, men den koster stort set det samme. Jeg tror, jeg skal give 3100 per måned, eller 3200. Min mor foreslog, at studiet skulle være inde i soveværelset, som du ser lige, når man kommer ind ad døren, men det synes jeg er for småt. Og der er et skab, der også kommer til at skabe problemer for lydfeltet og så videre, som står i den ene side. Så jeg tænker faktisk, at det skulle være inde i stuen, og det synes min mutti selvfølgelig ikke, det skulle være. Men hun skal ikke bestemme, det er min fucking lejlighed. A little bit. Let's just put a little bit, I can turn it up. I want to have it a little bit more prominent. Eternal Sunrise, I'm sorry, I'm so behind, so I can possibly look in that one tomorrow. I I've had too much to do today with the deadline of the Summer Love thing because that was supposed to be done today or tomorrow. So now I'm done. So this means I can finally get on with other projects. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be working on that one. Let me just bookmark it on my sheet here. Let's see, make a new. Eternal Sunrise. All right, marked it down. Don't worry. Idea. Let's see. An EQ that is automated, whether or not it's on or not. So we say create automation. So which one is that? On the main mixer. Ah. Master output EQ on off. No problem, man. Thanks for tuning in. Lucian, that one, oh, you sent a new stem for that one. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed very soon. I didn't sleep too well last night. Neighbors had a party on a fucking Tuesday. My neighbor is a little bit of what you can call, how do you say it? I'll picture this, by the way. They were having a party not too far back, and they were drunk. I don't know how drunk, but they must have been really drunk, or they were just idiots, like I kind of think they are. And they had a Google Home thing, and they were like, "Hey Google, hey Google," and the way they said it, they were drunk enough. I could hear what they were saying, but they must have said it in such a weird way. And Google Home apparently doesn't take notes from people that are pissed drunk, because they kept saying it and nothing happened. Like 10, 15 times, and suddenly it would spike. And then the next time, they would do the same for 10 or 15 tries and not get a result out of it. So it's just stupid people. Stupid people. The kind of people that also listen to music for 1 minute. Oh, that song is so cool. Yeah, let's hear another one. Attention span much. I'm actually been falling asleep to just listening to 16 bars of this kind of music because he's an idiot. It made me mad. I contemplated using my dying light assembly skills and take screws and nails and make a weapon and go and actually smash the fucking window. That's how I was like, take my gaming life, make a weapon, and then go to my neighbor and fucking hammer the door on the window and be like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, man. Well, yeah. And of course, that little thing I wanted to do on master, let's just do that quickly so I'll remember it. Change color. And we say you can do some really cool effects on the master by just moving them at the same time as you had another one that's panning the other way. That sort of shit makes some funny phasing noises. But I'm going to use it for a high cut, this one. Just before the drop, I want to see if that works. So the lead fades out, but it's still there. Let's see. Last tweet. Pre-automation. Master output, EQ on and off. Oh yeah, I forgot to put it up there. I'm always... Master Effects stuff needs to be up there. Totally. Then master. Okay, so let's see. This EQ on and off needs to be off all the time because if it's on and I use it only one place and I do it with a really sharp edge, it also affects how the bass is sounding on the master output. It has an effect and you can clearly hear it on headphones. A little bit less on main speakers, but you can still hear that it changes the shape of how the bass line hits. And everything here sounds super nice, so I'm not going to change that just for, you know, having a little effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this is switched off whenever I'm not using it. Good thing to remember if you have a certain sound and you do a master effect, be aware that you also change how your master is sounding, even if it's just having this. Good thing I'm actually telling you this so you don't do it. Just this having here on the end, as you can see, the point here, you're changing what's going on in the low area, I should say. So if you're doing any effects on master on master channel, make sure that it's shut off when you don't use it. That's the best way I can describe it. For instance, if I use it there again, could be kind of cool. Then there, it should not be on again. It really just needs to be on in the breakdown because I'm doing that little thing. If it works, if it doesn't work, I'm going to remove it completely. So I could not stand the clicks from the automating the bypass. Oh, you know what you did when you did the bypass and on-off thing? You just had to move it a little bit back. Just move it a little bit back so that it happens a little bit before. That's the way you avoided it. I know that sometimes it would be there as a glitch and you couldn't really fix it. So yeah, it was a bit weird in Recent 3, I remember it was. Rave Dave, you're not raving so much right now, are you? But maybe in your chair. Thank you so much for following. My neighbors don't really complain. They have done a couple of times because I've been listening to music loud, a little bit too late. But this is a musician's slash whatever kind of apartment, if you whatever you want to call it. There's a bar underneath me on the ground floor, so this means that I am allowed to play loud until 21 at night. So yeah, 9 o'clock ish, 9:30. I don't, out of respect, because I don't want them to play loud as well, and it's very thin walls. So when you guys see me hammering out music really loudly here, usually it's just on the headphones, for the simple reason that if I turn it up loudly, it also goes into the microphone, and then you would be hearing two signals, and obviously that's no fun. So you get the cleanest sound possible. So that's why I'm using the headphones. The bane of my existence, having to wear them all the time when I'm doing the stream, but that's what it is. Let's just actually do that. Funny thing, Dennis, if you're still there, and Max too, it seems like the 20.7 version is now super, super accurate when you have these completely vertical cut frequencies on the actual grid. I'm not hearing any warpage or different sound on the kick or anything like that when it starts. Spot on. Could be the thing, because it is quite, I've got a lot of compressors and settings on it. And yeah, these bleed a lot, so I can turn down the volume. All right, okay. Yeah, I've got a gate on there, and it's fairly good actually, the settings, so. Okay, so yeah, mixing of that is done for today. I think I've gone a little bit deaf on it with the treble on the leads and stuff. Needs to be a bit better. I think the treble has to go down, but I can't hear it now because of all the loud music. So that one I will limit, EQ and limit tomorrow. But overall, the sound on this is super fucking nice. Really loving it. By the way, you Americans, hope you guys are safe. Hope you don't join any of the protests. I know that I think everything that has to be shown has been shown. People lying down on a bridge and protesting, laying on their stomach and stuff. That was pretty powerful. I saw that video today in the afternoon. People laying down on a bridge. It looked like 100,000 people laid there. But yeah, just be safe, guys. It's no wonder. It's gone all to shit now. Wish all the best for you guys. It's seriously, seriously sad to see what's going on. Enough politics. That's just me wishing you guys well. I'll try and keep this politician free. He doesn't deserve the attention, not on here, anyways. That's really nice, honestly, and I would just wish for the news media to show this. I think maybe there could have been some Danish reporters there showing it because we like to show positive stuff as well sometimes. We don't always show only bad news. So I hope that there was some proper Danish reporters there because it seems like the others from the States are just so hooked on, like showing the worst side because good news is no news, really. It's just bad news is it gets the ratings. So I hope there were different news sources that would, show the good side, what's happening. Oh, yeah. I think the only thing I can remember of like really, really corny, tacky, like good news I've seen in America is the Inside Edition because they always start with a pun like, let's see, Louisa, what do you call it? Like, Shelly was afraid of the water, but then she found a duck in their garden, and now she's like a duck in water. I don't know what you call that. Anyways, but they always have these idiotic puns, although they show these really tear-jerking kind of clips where, like, a guy being friends with a deer or something. They do some good stuff, but it's just cringe reporting, like. And I guess that guy's gonna smile the rest of his life. Emily Jannenberg, Inside Edition. Something like that. But yeah, like have more of those stories, but just without the fucking puns. Seriously though. What with the puns? Like, oh god. Thanks a lot, Sonic. I'm going to finish it tomorrow. There's no point in doing it today because if I do it today, it's not going to sound as good as it will tomorrow. Fresh ears. That's what we do here. Freshly sparkle. Let's see. Well, Greece was kind of also fucked when the crack in 2000s was it 8 when they tried to crash the British pound, the bankers and stuff like that. What was it? Or the dollar? During the 2008 crack that happened, Greece were quite fucked as well. A bit like France when they had the strike and all that, and people starting shooting and stuff. So it's definitely happening here as well. Sometimes when we're screwed, but I think Danish and Finnish and Swedish are just so mellow that we don't really do the same. It's happened on a couple of occasions. One thing that really sparked outrage from us was a Christian bitch. I'm going to call her that because she was the anti-Christ Christ in the sense that she put her faith in such a weird way, and she was like way past Jehovah, kind of out of reach. I have no problem with regular Christian people, but she was just the one that hated to see youth with black paint on their faces or nose piercings and stuff like that. She bought what was called the Ungdomshus, the youth house, and she bought it just so she could tear it down. Imagine that for youngsters age 13 to 25 that were hanging out in that house basically as one of the few places they could be. That sparked outrage, and because of internet obviously now being so everywhere, what do you call them? Autonomous people, autonoma, we call them in Denmark. So they showed up in like 50,000 people, or how many it was, I can't remember, and they had like helicopter shot, bit like we see in America with all the problems going on, and we so rarely see helicopter footage from Denmark of riots like that because it never happens. So that one time the kids just rebelled against that one Christian woman and her organization that bought a building that then just basically to tear it down and use it for nothing. So Yeah. But yeah, that was one of the few times. But it was weird because we never ever see helicopter footage because we have nothing to film. It's such a flat country. Buildings are really flat. So, like, bringing a helicopter to that would just break regular people's windows from all the fucking pressure and stuff, I reckon. Do we? Do we ever see that stuff? Maybe. Actually, we had a couple, but that was really because like a Danish musician died, and he was like a legend for us. It would be the equivalent of basically John Lennon, or what's the other guy's name? Great singer songwriter. He just wrote really good, like, happy, emotional love songs, but with a rock edge to it. And Kim Larson, by the way, look up his music. He's a brilliant guy. When he died, we did have some helicopter footage. Like, you won't understand what he's singing, but some of his videos on YouTube are so popular that they have been subtitles, so you can kind of get what some of the meaning is of the text. But yeah, such a raspy cigarette alcohol voice, and he sings with such warmth. And yeah, when he died, the streets filled up. We had like a couple of 100,000 people in Copenhagen just lighting candles and phones and stuff, and then having like a good time with like walking through the streets. That looked quite sick in a good way. Good sick. The thing, drone footage doesn't seem to be used that much just yet by the news media. It's starting to get there, but it's not as big. I could have been mistaking that thing with Kim Larson when he died. That could have been drones. Could have been, actually. No, it's the 650. And I'm sending it back to the shops tomorrow, actually, because I need to have the ear pads changed. They're too sweating in. They're like 2 years old now. And I just want them clean as well. So they're going to take them apart because I don't want to do it. So for the checkup, and then the right ear cup sometimes has a little bit of like a loose part sound in it. So I'm going to send that back, and they fix it for free because it's part of the warranty within 3 years that they actually checked the thing that could be wrong in the right ear cup. So I'm going to keep getting these headphones. And yeah, it's not actually, I have to say, disclaimer, it's not been Sennheiser their fault, I think, because I dropped it once because I had like sticky fingers. I took them off my head and I actually dropped them on the floor from head height. So I sort of caused that. But yeah, brilliant headphones still. Can't believe I'm going to live without this pair of headphones for 2 weeks. So yeah, the fake leather one is cracking as well. If you have like the M50s from Audio Technica, that fake leather is like really crackly if you're sweating a lot, especially when you're out DJing and you're moving around and stuff. It takes like 6 months to a year, depending on who you are and how much you perspirate, and then it just goes to shit. Traffic reports. Gotta love those. Police chasing on the freeway somewhere, and then they see like that was a Chinese truck. Was that in LA? And they followed it with a helicopter like a day ago, or was it this morning? Can't remember. I can't remember. Who's riding? Who's riding? Okay. So yeah, we do have a couple of chases, but we don't really follow them with the helicopters like that. Every once in a while, you have the what you call them, not junkies, but well, sometimes junkies as well. But what do you call it? The biker gang stuff? They might, try and run away, or people with ill intentions and stuff. So CJ, of course, the colas are empty. The colas are empty. Don't worry. See, I've got to finish Dimension tomorrow. No, not Infinity tomorrow, and then I'm just gonna take a last look at the CG Arthur. Finally, multi-dimensional. No rum. I'm just crazy. Today, anyways, I'm not really having any alcohol. I have a rule that I won't drink during the week unless it's a special occasion. Could be a birthday or release of a brilliant track or something, but nah, normally don't drink in the weekdays. Talk, man. A very good rule. Very good rule. Okay, so let's open up that project. I like how old school this kick is. Reverb on that one, so I needed to fix that. Things here, and yeah, I'll fix that reverb tomorrow. This is the problem when I'm working on stuff that's got a deadline. Things just sort of shift forward a bit or back, or whatever way you want to call it. But eventually we'll have it done. Since it's for Always Alive, I'm not that worried about the time because it obviously means that we have a schedule that is already full until late summer, I think. So, like that, yeah. Nadia, thanks for following. I'm just going to try something. Let's just make a new track out of this. Does that sound like Infinity? Really? From Gosh, what do you call it? Gosh Juro? What? Guru Josh Proti. The fuck? I can't mention the names correctly. That's funny. Okay, so let's try and... Let's make a new one called AB Base. I think that's the... Is that not the way you do it, CJ? Because you have some sort of compressor on the whole thing and it doesn't do you any favors. So I wanted to check if it's possible to do some support for the sub or maybe even make the sub. We try. Let's try and see. It could be that your attack is 5 or 10 milliseconds and it really needs to be 0 nearly. That's creating the click, but in a bad way. So either you try and remake yours or we use mine. So you can try and put yours down to 0 and see if that helps and then send it over again to me. But can you actually show me what the effects chain is, like compressor, EQ, reverb, whatever sort of thing you have on there. I need to see the effects chain on the sub bass. Yeah, the bass line suddenly sounds faster. There is swing. I actually thought it was a bit too slow. It actually makes the track sound quicker now by doing this. Maybe it's just a delay from the effects on there and it's just mistimed, because now the track sounds quicker. Before it sounded like 136, and sometimes if things are a little bit delayed, that can sometimes happen. Tighten up the bassline with an EQ and a little side chain. before you start using the square, always make the side chain. Because then you really know where your bass line sits. But you can try and remake yours and send to me, and we try it tomorrow and compare the two, and whichever you think you like the best, let's just keep it. There's nothing more satisfying than actually moving the phase button. And when you hit that, the perfect moment is when you hear that, it's perfect. Very old school, this. It's actually sounding like the reasons saw and square bass I usually used to do. Let's put a Saturn. Ah, that was too much. Let's do a new. Ah, bruh. Delete. I'm not even gonna do anything here. No partitions. Maybe one. And then control the low end again. The sidechain, the SC, is that for sidechain you mean? Like this curve, I replicated your same MIDI pattern by the way, but this kind of curve could probably do the trick for you. But the compression is also important, like I said. The attack of it, and I don't know how your settings are on the mod envelope. Let's see. The mod envelope should be, you see, not here, because then it's delayed and it kind of like punches instead of clicking, and it should click instead, but not completely click. It sounds so weird when I don't know how to say it correctly, but look up in the left corner on your screen. You can see the values up here. Never have it on completely zero. Just a little bit above every time. And that goes for part A and part B as well. You can see not completely. And I always feel that with, especially the square, it's a good idea to just delay it a tiny bit, because that that's part of the sound is a little bit tighter than the source in terms of like the attack. So this means that it sometimes gels better with the attack. But yeah, whatever compressor you've got on there, turn that down to 1 millisecond if you can, and then try and re-export and send it. Monada recording, not for myself, but it's going to be on the channel. You can watch it again, re-watch it. That sounds horrible on its own. Sounds better without that. But then the bass is ruined. Yay, Zero. Yeah, around here. And it sounds good in F as well. Okay, let's keep that. Citrus? What are you talking about? Okay, so let's put it here and see what happens. It's got a little bit of air bass to it as well. And Kenny Unknown Source, Danish producer. Sounds like that one. Automation for tomorrow. Automate it here. I love how it's just 2 chords. By the way, anyone here on the stream are young or old enough to know INXS, the guy who did Suicide Blonde? Gonna be doing some more mixing to it tomorrow because the treble on my ears right now is a bit fucked. Huh? I wanted to say with NXS is that they had a track with these two chords. It evolved to more than just the two chords, but I'm just reminded of that track whenever I hear the breakdown in this. I love it. So I didn't do this yesterday. I'm going to do that now. Yesterday I didn't do anything because of the whole debacle. But yeah, the day before that, I wanted to do a reverb send for the lead. And obviously, that needs to be EQ'd. Something along those lines. Cut a little bit that way. Better. Just lifts it a little bit. And then LFO. Thanks a lot, Fletch. Hicimos Lil Pump for helvede. I don't want to talk about them goddamn rappers. Especially the ones that have no talent like those motherfuckers. Comes on super raw when it comes right in your face. I haven't done anything to it yet. Explains a lot. Let's see what that sounds like here. Yeah. Let's just do something along those lines. Because of the, I don't know. Fuck. Either way, you don't have to mention it. We know. Plenty of tracks with just two chords. One of my first tracks had, like, where I tried to emulate in Juno, had these two chords, but in a different key. and with a different melody going in. Like it was just more like I was really inspired by the remix of Catch Walk on Water, and that was like 2003 when I started, trying to replicate and then dissect the sound and then move from there. And I think I had the same keys exactly like this, just two chords. Never really did anything to it because the sound quality was shit, but the melody I did for the main part was so good. CJ, are you there? Yeah, you are. What do you think here at 32 bars? The piano is in the way. It's too early. In my opinion, it shouldn't start until here, but that's up to you. So like, give it time to grow. Above and Beyond used to do this for Satellite and a few other tracks where they would put the piano in with those cymbals. Boom, boom. They'll do that, but they wouldn't do it the first get-go. Yes, I am going to get a MIDI keyboard once we get the whole studio remodernized in about 3 or 4 months' time. I will get a small MIDI keyboard. I'll do a reverse tomorrow possibly, yeah. Bar 32, the piano is too much. You need to get the kick in the groove, you want a crowd reaction. And with such an old school track, you're not going to get a crowd reaction if you also have the piano from the get-go. This builds. You have to build and build and build. Stacking everything together at the same time, sometimes it becomes too much. Oh yeah, the open hat needs an automation. I'll fix that reverb next time I open the project. Right now I can't be bothered. And here in the breakdown it also starts a bit too quickly, it seems. Just guessing, but usually I'm a good guesser. Since we're working with a high frequency sound, I don't go below the middle here when I cut because it's simply going to be too much. Such an old school outro. Oh, that acid. And the ride needs the same. What am I doing? Not group with above track. Insert 1. And on the ride. Now we can group track, and then we say on the ride, we just do a small automation. So, ride. That one has a simple EQ. We'll keep that there. I need some sleep. Goddamn neighbors, why did they have that party? Bloody hell. Filter on the side of we could do it here. We could try and do it there. Not every time it sounds good. This is why I use the Q3 so much, because you always know what that does. Depending on how you've done your cutoff and your little round knob there below the mod envelope, that expression is always going to be sounding different because you never do it the same. So that's why I usually don't do these automations. But let's try. Copy value. Paste value. That could work. We need one more track so we can have the sub bass is running. I'm gonna do the high EQ tomorrow. My ears are smacked out. Could do some chops. CJ? Maybe you can do some chops. With a lot of reverb on. Maybe not dolphin sound like I just did. Or what was it? The nitrous oxide remix of Elsa Hill. Obviously, she sang more in key than I just did. Try maybe like Year Zero. Nah, don't do that. We don't want any more being angry. That would be a bad idea. Not that either. That's another track. Then we're just gonna get caught by the ERR police. Right, not finished. Holy shit, what a reverb on the pads. Jesus. Oh, 15-second long. Oh my God. Okay, I wanted to wash, but for eternity, pad echo, reverb, wash, forever. Nope, no sky ocean. Okay. I will export. We call it Test Master. Just to see compression. I added another loop, to sort of add a little bit of what do you call it? A little bit of top fizzle, but the other loops are playing as well. Export is going faster than the other track because it's way easier on the CPU. That's nice. Oh, I have 4 or 5 tracks to work on tomorrow. I have to get up so early. So yeah, that's how I do it. And if you want to have the same treatment or just pure mastering and not resparkle, that's possible as well. Both stem and single stem, depending on what you need. Up to you. It would help carry the track if you could. Either that or I could auto-tune myself, go like, hey, with reverb on it and Sky ocean. LFO tool. I'm underwater. Monada, okay, we can play another tune after that, yeah. Infinity still needs some work. I have to get in contact with the artist. So we're gonna wait with that one until tomorrow. Infinity from Ramina Rap. Yeah, we have to check that one tomorrow. You have? It's a good melody. Let's see, did I do an export of it? No, I didn't. Yeah, you're gonna hear it tomorrow. I'm too tired. Can't do it today. So let's see how it looks. Hope it's not too loud. As this is intended for the old label, it means that, of course, the headroom is going to be better. I'm going to make sure of that. So the test master will obviously be louder now than it probably will be in the end. I just want everything to sound nice, have a certain warmth to it. I think this production has a really good warmth because it's not all about... It's about old school stuff. I like that. Not as dull as the proper old school where it was no treble at all and it was just all about small things. Everything today obviously is so let's try and avoid that. A good medium, I'd say. And so far I think we have a really good one. I think my neighbor could hear that. He thinks probably thinks I'm wanking. Something like that. I would do that. Not with him listening to it. Ugh. That actually doesn't look bad. Could give it a little bit less, maybe half a dB or dB less than this. But there's good headroom for the kick. I've heard him be with the missus or a fuck friend or fuck buddy or whatever you call it. That wasn't fun. I was like, la la la, happy thoughts. I'm gonna slay people and zombies and dying light. Ah. Oh yeah. And now it sounds too loud because it's obviously going through the mastering thing in here. But in general, this looks very healthy. I like that. It almost looks like an older Bob and Bjorn tune. It's not every day you can set about a track. It does look like an older Bob and Bjorn tune. Looks like what it feels like for a girl. Like, visualization wise, that's not bad. Oh, my track looks like something from above and beyond. The fanboyism. The bass is loud, but it's old school, and we're not compressing the kicks totally the same way. I'd like to hear Dennis's review on this, because we're trying to aim for an old sound, and those kicks were quite heavy. Quite possibly could be lowered a tiny bit. So this means let's just put it there. So we just save that. And we open up a new one. And I just place the same WAV file in there. along these lines. Lower the bass a little bit. Really old school. That's more old school warmth, I guess. Bassline could go down a dB and a half. Well, what do you think, CJ? It gels pretty good with the kick. And you can actually see that it mixes so well when you don't have too many peaks that's coming out. That's a very good sign that they're gelling. The kick and the bass is gelling properly. And if I'd left the kick to be super long, so like the tail would go here, you would see the tail from the kick be there, and then the bass line would be up here. So cutting the kick short was very important because this now relieves the room for a good bass line. No, I'm not saying that it's totally right. I'm just saying that I think that if we left the kick to be very long, then the bass line and the low end that he wants to have would be very, very flobby because the kick was so deep. So yeah, we'll put the kick down a bit more. Hit a good medium. Let's try and compare the two and see how loud your kick is here. In a way, the kick is louder, but that's on the tail. And then the mids of the kick of mine is too loud. I'm going to turn those down to more so we match this a little bit better. Also, maybe did you not put retrick on the sub bass line because it's moving around a little bit, like it's doing something different, rather than the retrick on the silent where it's doing the same thing every time. So did you get the firm sub? I'll get the lead a bit more relaxed as well tomorrow. I want the warmth of the old one. Double mix. I know a DJ that DJs like this. I compressed the kick a little bit to make sure that the tail wasn't too long. Because you can see you have your tail going so loud and not having the click out. Like the transient. The kick here is simply too long for it to actually sustain a sub bass with good low end. I made too much ASOT style on the kick, which means that I need to lower the 200 to 250 hertz area. Something like this on the kick tomorrow. and leads down. Whoops, sorry. I don't want it to be as boomy as the old one. It's too much. It won't sound good on most systems if it gets this much sub on the kick. And here you can actually hear he's compensated because the kick is so long. He's resigned himself to the bass line being very low on bass. If you mute the kick and you hear the sub bass, it's not got a lot of sub to it because it can't. If you put more sub so it becomes fatter, then it collides with the kick too much. So it's got to be like a medium. Yeah, the kick is too flobby. Yeah, it's all kick tail and no sub on the bass line, but we'll sort that out tomorrow privately, so I'm not going to be disturbed by people having ideas on it. It's got to be our solution in the end, me and CJ. And again, a medium with like what the leads are doing. I like the leads more on mine, but I know that they are a little bit too hissy now. So we've got to have a fine medium where I lower the clone of the low octave a little bit, probably 3 or 4 dB. And then I will control the upper mids and highs of my lead to match it more with the old one. So yeah, that's it for tonight. I can't do any more. My ears, it wouldn't be any good if I'm even showing you any of my new stuff, so that'll be tomorrow. Anyway, glad you guys tuned in. Nice to see that we still have about 20 odd people tuning in for the ending, sort of. Well, nope, not in this case. The compressor is the way it's supposed to be on the kick. There is no other way when the kick is the shape that it is for it to get a different compressor to sound good with the old bass line. It's short explanation. He's made a bass line with compromise to the sub because there is no room for it because the kick was so heavy. So that's why we're doing a medium. That's basically what it is. So we try and find a good medium for it tomorrow. Make it a little bit less 200 hertz on the kick and the mids down a little bit as well. Give it back the warmth. Down by 1.5 dB or something. I don't think 3 dB, that's going to be too much. And possibly the leads down 1 or 2 dB and then EQ down in the mids 2 dB, 3 dB in certain areas. Tomorrow. Some tracks take time. It's always harder when tracks come as rough demos, but good demos. And I like the track. I like the idea. So we'll sort it out. We definitely will. Um, I've got stuff coming out in July, and I think before that, most of the schedule is actually full up with the 10 tracks that I've been showing these first like month and a half of me doing the stream. So there is actually not any room for the tracks to come out until July, August. So that's just what it is. Too many tunes, too little time. Yeah, that was Made in Reason, but did I have it? No, I didn't have it. I didn't have the Reason file. I would have to find out the day the original WAV was made, but the problem is I've made alterations to it, so I can't see the original date. Maybe I can. I'm not sure. And then I would have to cross-search, cross-reference to see if I could find an an RNS file for Reason where I didn't call it what it was supposed to be called. OAGD or Ocean Lap. I don't know what I would have called it. Actually, let's search Ocean Lap. Let's see. Ocean RNS. Fine, no. Sky Ocean. Anton Fitchett versus Gabriel and Dresden as the rain over the ocean comes. Dan Kandi's reproduced bootleg. That's the one it finds. It doesn't find the other. It finds Above Beyond presents Ocean Lab Another Chance, Dan Kandi's banging mix. Never finished that. What if we find Andrew Bayer? What's that called? Destiny. .rns. That's annoying. It doesn't find that Reason file. Breh. Probably have it on an external drive. I'll find it tomorrow. I'll find it. But yeah, there's at least 6 or 7 tracks I could finish so easily if I can get the reworking or rewiring between the Reason 11 DAW plugin, whatever it is, to work together with FL Studio, and then have to locate the samples again and see if that works. So a few of those would be able to be finished. I had one for Anjuna back in 2015. I started 2.0 style, 128 BPM or 130 BPM. Really good stuff. Yeah. Sun in Your Eyes, not released yet. Don't know when. I'm seeing now that Scorching Recordings, Scorching Records, which is the Super 8 and Tab label, licensed or bought back the rights to release the Super 8 Alba track. So if they've licensed it, I could find out whether or not I could do it on Always Alive, Sun in Your Eyes, just as a license thing. It would boost my label, and they would get paid as well if we just do it. There's many ways of doing it. So, but we'll see what happens. Since 2011, I've had that one. Let's see. When was that from? Sun in Your Eyes. Oh yeah, from 22nd of the 22nd of July 2011. Next year, about this time and a month, and a half, 13 and a half months. It's going to be 10 years old. That's a long time. All right, then. The F Point remix was shit. It wasn't good enough. Like, it was badly produced by me. I over vocoded the kick and had harmonics. That was crap. Sound quality wise, is really bad. It's a good idea though. Gremel, thank you for following. I'll be tuning out, unfortunately. So this means that you can watch me later. No, it sounded shit. From a technical standpoint, it was really, really bad. So, but yeah, I still play it out once in a while. But yeah, it needs repairing on the low end. It wasn't good. I'm still proud of the lead we did in there because I recreated the what was it called? I recreated the sort of Andy Blumen kind of lead. Same I used on the Andy Blumen Time to Rest remix, but just a little bit reworked. So, English on the chat, please. Not too much foreign language there. What are you guys saying? The only word I know is bitch or kurwa. Crazy kurwas from Polski. Lol. All right then. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm done. I need a shower. I'm sweaty as hell. And I also need a little snack before I go to bed. I've got some pasta from yesterday, which I'm going to be warming up. And yeah, then I'll be popping to bed and I'll probably fall asleep after 5 minutes of YouTube again, which I usually do. Because right now I'm such a mama's boy. I go to bed around midnight. Now it's going to be 1 o'clock, 1:30 before I get to bed. But still, hope you enjoyed looking at how I do the stuff here in the studio. And I'll continue tomorrow and crack on with the tracks that need to be done. And yes, hope you enjoyed. See you guys very soon. And if there's anyone, of course, that want to have like single stem or multi-stem, just masters, obviously. So email me on danielkproduction@gmail.com. Send me your demos and I will check them out and see if they are good enough to work on. Anyways, have a good night. And tack. Oh, he's learning Danish. CG Arthur. Tack. Tack, tack. We say sleep well this way. We say godnat og sov godt. We spell it like this. I'll spell it for you guys. That's basically good night and sleep well. Godnat. We don't say the D. Good nat. Og sov godt. Sov. Yeah, basically. So, godnat og sov godt. Slang way. Yes. That's what. Yeah, exactly. That's how we speak it. We don't say it the way we spell it. It's actually like that. Og sov godt. Yes. Correct. Buenas noches, maestro. Yes. I will never learn Spanish. I don't have the time. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sleep well when you have to, and stay safe. Yeah, we are lazy. Our language is lazy. For helvede. Skål. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Do we even say that in Danish? I'm not sure. Either way, see you guys tomorrow. Have to make some food now. Fucking hungry. Yes, tomorrow. I'll probably start the stream 2 o'clock-ish, something like that. Ish. We find out. I'll give you guys a warning on Instagram and Facebook anyways, so. Yeah, 2 in the afternoon, so that's what we call 1400. DJ Time Walker, thank you for following. I'm going to leave now, unfortunately, but I will be back tomorrow around 2 o'clock-ish afternoon. Anyways, sleep tight, guys, and see you. Bye.